Good morning, traders. How we doing? Welcome to Money Mitch. We're gonna go ahead and play some music here before we get started at 9:30. Actually, I'm gonna be coming on at probably around 9:28. So definitely smash the like button and let's get started. Let's play some little music here before we come on. Smash the like button and let's get started. Let's play some little music here before we come on. Smash the like button and let's get started. Let's play some little music here before we come on. Smash the like button and let's get started. Let's play some little music here before we come on. Smash the like button and let's get started. All right, traders, welcome to the Memorial Day special. Welcome, guys. Definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe below. Let's start the day really doing what we should be doing, definitely giving tribute to our fallen heroes. You know, one of the things that I always say is that at the end of the day, you know, one of the things that we definitely need to understand is that we do have an amazing life here in America. So if you're definitely patriotic, definitely smash the like button. Let's support America. One of the things that we're doing, I like how Mr. Wonderful referred to it, America 2.0. This is the chance, guys. The American dream is real, guys. You guys have an opportunity, so definitely take advantage of our fallen heroes that gave us sacrifice to get us to this moment. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and play something up here so you guys can check it out.
It is, in a way, an odd thing to honor those who died in defense of our country, in defense of us, in wars far away. The imagination plays a trick. We see these soldiers in our mind as old and wise. We see them as something like the founding fathers, grave and gray-haired. But most of them were boys when they died, and they gave up two lives, the one they were living and the one they would have lived. When they died, they gave up their chance to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers. They gave up their chance to be revered old men. They gave up everything for our country, for us. We owe them a debt we can never repay. All we can do is remember them, what they did, and why they had to be brave for us.
Definitely not forgotten there, guys. We will not forget. And I wanted to start the show with that because that's really what today's about. It's not really about stocks, but we're going to go ahead and have a great day. Enjoy the opportunities that we do have. And so to get started, I'm going to bring on my favorite traders, Joel Conan, Dennis Dick. Joel looks like you guys got to check this guy out, man. Let's go ahead and bring him on here. What's going on?
Look at Joel.
What's going on, guys?
We don't get days off, Joel. We don't get days off. But wow, you look so patriotic. I've never seen you so patriotic before. I love it.
I'm loving it. I got to put a full screen to that. Definitely. Support America. I'm loving it. Did you guys enjoy seeing the video at least? You know, definitely want to give a shout out to the fallen heroes and anybody that definitely serves the country.
Yeah, no. My dad served. Lisa's dad served. I was a little bit after Vietnam, but we wouldn't be able to have all the things we have if it wasn't for the fallen. So no, it's an important day, and it's a different day. A lot of people have different perspectives on it.
Yeah. Definitely, without a doubt. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start the show, guys. Definitely smash the like. I'd only got these guys for about 10 to 15 minutes, so you guys drop some questions if you got them. But to start off, I just really wanted to ask you guys, what are you guys thinking overall?
Well, Mitch, before we do that, I mean, you know, the markets are open.
Oh, the markets are open.
The futures are open.
Yeah, the future. Can I run them down real quick?
Of
go,
course.
Joel, go. Let's do it. It's like regular pre-market prep here right now.
Yeah, we'll just do it. No Spencer. He's probably still sleeping.
Oh, yeah, he's sleeping in. You know it.
Yeah, but just real quick, I mean, money never sleeps, especially here on pre-market prep. The SPOs are down. We're down 6 1/4. Open flat, had a little rally into the 4,200 handle, 42.10 1/4. Pulled back. And now we're down 6 1/2. Oh, I didn't save it on this chart, but it is on this chart, folks. And Dennis, you'll find your little SPY level here. ESM 21. Look at all those lows. For the SPOs, it's 41.80. Yeah. Where the SPYs probably, I mean, we held there, right? How many times at the end of last week? Dennis, we'll talk about the market in 1 second. Crude up 92 cents at 67.24. Gold in the green by 240 at 1907.60. Silver back over 28 at 28.06. That's about a nickel up. Bitcoin trading range up $1,100 at 37K, and Ethereum's up 40.75. But Triple D, quiet week last week. Support is support, right?
It was quiet, but not in all the stocks. And I mean, the meme stocks caught that bid midweek. We saw the rip in GameStop. We saw the ridiculous rip in AMC, but then they pulled the rug out from under them on Friday. And we had a key reversal in GME, making a new high on the day from the previous range, and then making and closing at a new low, closing near the lows. So, and then trading down after hours on Friday as well. Obviously not open here today, but concerning there because, you know, everybody's getting, oh, this is the run. This is, you know, going to be the ripping. And a lot of people playing GME probably off of sympathy, watching AMC rip up to new highs, but GME just didn't want to go. It tried to go, and then it started to fall. And obviously AMC came back off the highs significantly, hitting 36.72, closing 10 points off. I mean, this is high risk stuff, guys. Closing at 26.12, down after hours as well, closing the after hours session at 25.63. So you did get some money caught in these things now. So it's not going to be as easy sailing as it was last week, where these things just start ripping up, because now you got a few bag holders from Thursday and Friday that are down some money in these things. I know I've been saying it, when price is disconnected from fundamentals like it is in stocks like AMC and GME, price can go anywhere. So you can't just say, oh yeah, we're looking, but you know, in this case here, just the technicals don't look as healthy as they did on Thursday.
I mean, I just don't touch those things. I mean, when I see it at 31, I think it's going to 30. You know, and then it hit 36.72, and then it pulled off hard. I mean, this thing is moving $2-3 at a clip. I mean, and I'll just go with you. If you're good at trading these kind of things and you control the risk reward ratio, go right ahead. But
it's hard to trade these. I do play the pure and the sympathy trades, and you know, we want to talk a little bit of strategy here in the few minutes that we have, because obviously, you know, the stocks aren't open themselves. But you know what, the way I've been trading these things is using it was always GME as the leader. Right now AMC has been the leader. So when I see AMC roll over, and if GameStop hasn't rolled over yet, then I go to that one. But you know, the other ones too, like you're seeing the smaller plays like the KOSS, that obviously one of the meme stocks that has been, you know, one of the old short squeeze stocks that's been following. BlackBerry's another one, Double B, again, making the new high early in the morning, but then rolling over the same time AMC started rolling over. BlackBerry was soon to follow. And these things do sometimes give you a minute or two before they play catch up, but they often do. So if you're trading the BlackBerries and the costs, even the Bed Bath and Beyonds, you've got to keep an eye on AMC as your leader. RKT also, I know we have a lot of people who are in Rocket. That was following it as well. I mean, getting the big pop on Thursday because GameStop and AMC started going, and they're classifying it back into those short squeeze Reddit plays. And Rocket was a big Reddit stock back in the day. We know it had the huge move back. If we just go back on the charts back at the end of February, early March, when Rocket went from 20 to 42. So it's a big Reddit name too. So you got to have your groupings. And, you know, I'm a big pairs trader, so you group all these stocks at Reddit stock. Even though Rocket has fundamentally nothing to do with AMC right now, because it's a Reddit-loved stock, they do have a tendency to follow each other. And there was a good trade on that probably on Friday. If you were watching the AMC tape, AMC started rolling over. It gives you a signal that, okay, well, maybe it's time to book some of those Rocket profits, because it went from 1750 to 1950. Full disclosure, I still have RKT in the long-term investment portfolio. I do make trades on these things too. I don't have any trading position on it right now, but I do have the long-term in the long-term investment portfolio.
All right. And who else was getting through? Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up to you. Remember when these things really ran? What was that, in January? Was that when they had the big run?
Yeah.
It hit the market. It hit the market hard, right? And we didn't know if they were having to sell. But this time, so far, that's not the story.
They're ignoring it.
Yep, it's a different scenario. So once again, scenario analysis. Last time the market really got hit hard. I think that's when the SPOOs went.
It did.
Yeah, it did. But this time, how are they ignoring it, Dennis? You don't think that they have the exposure?
The market spooked that it's got the follow through that it did back in January. To be honest, I don't think the market thinks we're blasting off to 1,000 on GME. I think in January, the market didn't know what was going on. And when you're seeing a stock go from 40 to 400, and don't kid yourself, Joel's absolutely right. We tracked this data. Ryan Dietrich tracked this data as well and showed that the correlation between GME was perfectly negative for 9 consecutive days, meaning when GME was having a big down day, the SPY was up. And when GME was trading down significantly or trading up significantly, the SPY was down. And you could see, and the rationale behind that, like I was actually predicting that was going to happen. The rationale is that the market was seeing is everything just, basically, is everything not real? I mean, they're looking at it and saying, wow, if you can get a stock like GameStop to go from 40 to 400 just, on pure hype, I mean, what is this market that we're in, which is obviously hyped by the Fed, hyped by a lot of, so we talk about, obviously Reddit hyping the stocks, but I mean, the Fed has constantly put, the pump into the market as well by printing, continuous money for the last decade. So I think it spooked the market overall. It also spooked the market because they thought hedge funds were blowing up with it. And I think we know that this isn't the case now, where you've got a lot of hedge funds caught and they're blowing up with these. The short interest is significantly lower on GME, but I think you were concerned that there was hedgies that were maybe short this thing that were actually selling other stocks because they were losing so much money. That's what the market's concern were. Now, I'm not sure if any of those concerns were valid, but that's what the market was thinking, and that's why the market started selling off when GameStop went from 40 to 400.
All right.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, Mitch. Go
ahead.
You're
good. You're good. No, one of the things that I've been looking at. We'll see if these kind of continue. Any other one you're taking a look at, Joel, and kind of outside
just real
of the
quickly, SPOOs they're not acting good here. We're down 8.25 now. We're leaking.
Yeah.
For the old
trade though.
Yeah. Who knows if we're going to get down to that support at 41.80, but that's something that I keep an eye on overnight. Last thing I want to do, and then I got to hop. I got some other things going on this morning, Mitch. I'll try and join you later. I just want to cheer for the old guys here.
There you go.
You have Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, right? You have Lefty win the PGA. And did you see that stock last week? Callaway Golf?
Yeah, gone.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, ripped up. Again, it's, these plays into significant events. And obviously, we had a significant golf event and ELY responding very well to that. Sometimes you see the sell-off after the event, which wasn't the case. It continued to go higher here. And, and it's seasonality too. I mean, golf, people are getting out there and getting the clubs down and dirty and, hitting some balls. I mean, we often do see golf stocks do well in the spring.
Right. And so just to the parlay here, so I played golf yesterday with my neighbor. Or not my neighbor, my nephew, Hayden.
Can't blame you.
And boom, I'm driving in the car. We're coming back to the house. I'm like, I'm going to see if I can catch the end of the Indy 500. Did you catch that race at all, Dennis or Mitch?
No.
Unfortunately, I'm a Formula One kind of guy, but
holy mackerel. We caught the last 4 laps. Helio Castroneves, who's won 3, was going for his 4th. There's only a handful of people that won 4. He just made an incredible move in the last 4 laps. It was super exciting, the announcing and everything. So first thing I do is I look, what's he driving? He's driving a Honda. So I wouldn't want to be short Honda motor right now. No way. Look at that thing. Move on Friday, and I don't know. We'll just see if it will happen. Now that might be a little bit of a stretch, with the Callaway, but I wanted to mention that. And then the last stock I want to talk to, and I wrote this up on my I didn't get it published yet on premarketprep.com. But you know what June 7th is, Dennis, for Biogen?
No, I don't. But this is good. I like knowing events. What's happening on June 7th?
What's going on?
FDA panel.
Is that on their Alzheimer's drug?
Yeah.
Decision day? Do they have an actual date for that now?
I read it. Yep. According to my sources, which is Barron's, June 7th. So, that's a week.
Huge. That's when they're meeting, or is that when we're going to get an actual decision?
I guess that's when you're supposed to get an actual decision.
I mean, that's huge. I own Biogen. I've had this in the long-term portfolio for a decade. I'm not getting rid of it. My average cost base is $46. But, with that being said, this is an event that is going to be moving the stock significantly here. Yeah. So if you're trading this, obviously be aware of those dates. I honestly think it's not going to get approved because we've never gotten Alzheimer's drug through. So, why would we get this one? So I think the market is kind of priced in. That's probably not going to get approved, although it will go down. But if it was to get approved, it's like a 3-for-1 event. I think it, goes like, and what I mean by that is if it drops 30 points on not getting approved, it probably goes up 100 points on getting approved. And I think if it actually got approved, it might even go up like 150 points. It would go crazy. If it doesn't get approved, it probably drops 20 or $30. But there is some that is priced in there because we know the recommendations when we got back. I don't know when it was, January, when we had the big fall, that big spike. You see the big spike, they thought it was going to get recommended to get approved, and then they were wrong. And then it obviously went down. That was back in, I believe, November when we had the low at 223. That's when it's unlikely to get approved. So the market is leaning to it not getting approved. So that's going to obviously, it's going to be an event that it will go down probably if it doesn't get approved. But I don't think it gets slammed like 100 points down because I think the market's kind of expecting it not to get approved. If it got approved, man, it'd be huge one for everybody who has the disease, but it'd be huge for the stock too.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I just want to point out, Dennis, we were doing the show back then when this was back, I believe, in March of 2015 when good information started coming out on it. And I think Bank America gave it like an $800 price target or something. But that it spiked up, made that all-time high, and then it's just kind of meandered. Going a little bit shorter term, the street was nervous last week. I mean, look at the way this thing traded last week, down from 290, basically 287, closed on the lows. Now, if you believe in support is support. There's a triple bottom here at 266. Is that going to hold? But I don't know. Maybe some people that shorted it last week. I'll keep an eye on that. You got a couple pairs of lows at 265, but of course, once that fundamental information comes out, all that is completely...
I'll throw out my predictions. If this doesn't get approved, I think it could see like the 220 even, but I think it bounces there. So I would buy the dip in the scenario where it doesn't get approved. If I didn't own it already, that's just my opinion. But I do think you got huge support down there at the 220. I would not be surprised if it doesn't get approved. If the quick whipsaw algos knocked it down too far, but then rationale is going to say, well, we kind of knew it wasn't going to get approved. We kind of already knew that. So it could give you a really nice buy the dip opportunity. Obviously scary when a stock's falling 20, 30, 40 bucks to buy the dip, but I do think it could bounce down there at the 220. And then the other way, if it gets approved, I think 360 will blow that away. I think you'll see this thing over 400 if it got approved. I do not think. My personal guess is that I do not think it gets approved.
I kind of feel that way too. I have no, I don't follow it on a historical basis or anything along those lines. But that's it. Hey, listen, one thing, I got the new site going, premarketprep.com. I did a write-up the week that was and the week ahead, and I'm going to get that up. And once I get that up and published, I'll tweet it out. I know and also I put some of my other articles in for last week. So Triple D, Mitch, good to see you guys on the holiday. Traders, let's keep an eye on 4180. That's 13 handles from here. And Mitch, if I'm around, I might hop in later on. Okay.
Hey, you're more than welcome to. I'm glad that I was able to get you guys on, and I hope you guys enjoy the day with your families and get to have a great one.
Yep. If Dennis wants to give you some more input, go right ahead. But
I can stay on for a couple minutes, but I know we have another guest coming up here too. So I know you got a busy schedule here, Mitch. So we're going to respect that obviously as well. We just kind of wanted to pop in and say hi. Just this day. Do I have a 2 minutes maybe just to finish up?
You got it, man. I'll let Joel get on out of here. Go America. Love the headband.
Joel, you look great. So just quickly, this is a very light earnings week, but we do have a few major stocks reporting. Thursday is probably the big day. We're going to get Broadcom, Lululemon, CrowdStrike, and DocuSign. So those are going to be big. And then obviously after hours on Tuesday, the one stock that everybody's going to be looking at is Zoom. So, you're going to get some of those growthy tech stocks reporting. That could dictate the next move in growth tech. So even if you don't trade these stocks, if you're trading Cathy stocks, these are all going to, move probably off of these leaders. So Zoom is going to be one of the leaders. I would expect Zoom to do very well, but the stock has bounced back from those lows. So how the market responds to it is going to be the question that, everybody's going to get an answer to after tomorrow night. But these holiday weeks are always, kind of quiet. Sometimes people take off an extra couple days. It's a light earnings week. I wouldn't expect any craziness to go on. Sometimes it can go the other way and liquidity can be lower on these holiday weeks. But for the most part, I think, we're just kind of winding up. If we even go back to the SPY, there's this, we're right back up here, right near the old resistance at the all-time highs. Some people thinking this is the gear we're getting ready to break out, and that may be the case. But don't forget about crypto. Crypto's come off the highs significantly. That is also a leader as well. If Bitcoin can start getting up over 40,000 here again, I actually think the SPY starts making new highs too. So believe it or not, there is a positive correlation, at least right now, between crypto and the equity markets. It's obviously loosely linked, and obviously the SPY is going to move what Bitcoin is moving. But if Bitcoin was to collapse again, you will see SPY roll over because risk assets, and I know there was this, some people saying last week, some money coming out of crypto and into the equity markets. But when you get these whipsaw reaction, Bitcoin is still seen as a risk asset, and some of those growth names do follow the crypto markets. It's not always going to be a connection right there like that, but right now there is. This is what I specialize in relationships and finding new ones. And when you can exploit those new relationships where the algos haven't figured them out yet, there's some good money to be made there.
Definitely. It's something that we're going to definitely keep a watch on. And one of the things that I noticed is that we did kind of get a little bit of a turnaround on Friday. So I'm wondering if the growth stocks get another like bid push on Monday or Tuesday, or do we kind of start testing back down to some supports? Because I know a lot of people started dipping their toes, and like me, I even was on Friday was like, man, should I take my 4 or 5% gainers right now and just take them off? Because we're maybe coming back down to support.
Yeah.
And so I took some of them. I'm not going to lie. I took like 2 or 3 positions off. I was like, yeah, the support looks like it's going to get tested again. I'm just going to take a little bit of green and look at the other positions and see if they can continue moving. But definitely, I think it's one of those times, Dennis, that you've even probably seen that it's not the time to just stay in positions for that, let's say 30 or 40% move. A lot of times right now, we're only getting maybe 5-10% move ups. And then it comes right back down to that break even, then 5-10% back up, but not crazy 20, 30, 40% runners.
I think you're exactly right, Mitch. This is a market where the contrarian money has been making money and the fade trade has been working. And we had a lot of people saying, okay, well, growth is really underperforming value 2 weeks ago, and I don't want to be in those names. I think if your time frame and you're looking out too far, you're missing all these moves. And we've been bullish growth names for about 10 days on pre-market prep, this entire move. I was about a day early, but I could see the money starting to cycle in. And that's when I went long the Fastly and the U and obviously, we talked about a bunch of other growth names where I was trying to get exposure. When I said on the show a week and a half ago, I'm going neutral Kathy because she's just too oversold and everybody's just getting too bearish. I being one of the biggest bears of Kathy, still long term, I don't like her strategies, but short term, she was oversold. She's not oversold anymore. And that is the problem. A lot of these growth names are not oversold anymore, and they've had some wicked bounces. Think about an SPCE. That has been a kick-ass bounce. If you were in it, obviously, from the rocket ship. If I was in space, I would be selling the stock here right now. I think the stock topped out on Friday at 35. It was a ridiculous move, really. It doubled. The stock over doubled in 6 days. And you're running into all this overhead resistance from the bag holders from February and March. I think that now is the time to start booking some profits in some of these higher growth names. I'm still sticking with a few. I did book some profits. I sold my U. I made 10% on that in a week and a half. That was obviously a Michael Pachter pick. But I don't like that it's struggling at just under $100 here. So I'm kind of nervous that, this is a stock that obviously has been down significantly. We got a lot of bag holders, meaning a lot of people stuck the stock above 100, and it looks like it's struggling to get over there. So I talked myself out of that one. I haven't sold them all, though. I'm still in my Fastly, although I'm watching that one closely. I'm up about 10% in that one, too. I bought Airbnb a couple days ago because it was just in consolidation station. I thought the move might be higher. It did get a move up on Thursday. Friday, a little bit of a tough tape for it. Just pulling back with probably a few of the other growth names, but I did take a long position in that. I would stop myself out again, still under the 129, but probably bringing my stop up a little bit now to break even. I think I bought it at 135. So, but there's a lot of those growth names that have been running. I'm looking at my stocks too, and some of those that I bought last week, I'm up 10% and quickly. So this is the kind of market where I think it's actually not a bad call to book those 10% gainers when you got them, because I agree. I don't think you're getting those 30-40% gainers because there's just too many bag holders above now.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's one thing that I noticed, and I always talk about that there's a sweet spot to your returns, and you got to pay attention to how your trades are going. And if the kind of the normal return that you're seeing isn't there, you might need to slightly adjust your risk and return so that you can go ahead and grasp the adjusted market, because the market adapts, man. And I've always noticed that, you can't always just stick to one type of return. A lot of people got addicted, and I'll use that word, for these 40 to 50% returns.
And that's not normal.
The truth is, it's not normal. Yeah, you just ask my man Dennis here. That's not normal. It doesn't matter in what market you can look at. I think 2020 was the only year where that became kind of more of a norm. And one of the things that can definitely hurt you if you're not taking some profits in certain moves. So I'm definitely going to be looking, and it's a science. There's no perfect game here. It's all about you guys learning yourself, your own personality, and how you can go after that risk and return.
Somebody just asking in the chat if I'm still long Fubo. I sold half my Fubo. I'm probably, so I bought this at $20 about 5 days ago because we had all that support. See, support. I think I paid like $20.60. It quickly ran up. Obviously, we got up to $26. That's a big move. I booked half of it. This is not a long-term holding for me because I still think a lot of bag holders here, and I think the path to the least resistance actually could still be lower in the long term, but it was oversold again. So, I'm just playing these oversold bounces that, we've got, and we already have them. So Fubo, I sold half. I may sell the other half this week. It obviously depends on, if this stock starts to lift up again, I might try to hold on. I thought we could get to the 30, but with the reversal yesterday and a lot of growth names, and on Friday with some of the growth names, it's got me spooked a little bit. So that's why I've taken profits on half. I'm tempted to take profits on the other half, but I'm holding tight here. Like I said, I'm still up about 15% from my original purchase here. Gets down below 23, I would get nervous and maybe take profits on the rest of it. But Fubo's on the watch list to maybe book some profits in that one too.
Definitely. Hey, guys, well, you guys know where to find Dennis Dick. Definitely look in the description below. Hit him up, Triple D on Twitter. He always answers, so hit him up on some Twitter, especially if you got some good ideas and you just want to get him on the radar. He's going to take a look. So that's one thing I've always noticed. So definitely tweet at Dennis here, and he'll definitely take a look.
So anyways, I'm going to say goodbye here. I know you got another guest coming up at 10 o'clock here, Mitch. So I just want to join you guys. Say hi to everybody on Memorial Day here. Obviously, Canada, we actually have a full work day. The Toronto markets are open. There is stocks trading. We could quickly, if you wanted to, just go look at BlackBerry for fun, what it's doing in Canada, because it is trading actively in Canada here. And if I do bring it up on the Toronto Stock Exchange quickly, it is trading up 2% here this morning. It's at 12.41 right now.
Keep it on watch.
So BlackBerry, but I had BlackBerry too. I sold that one. I sold it a day early, I think. I thought it might struggle to 10, and then it got the big pop. So I got out a little bit too early on my BlackBerry, but I'm out of that one altogether now.
All right, let's go ahead and we'll wrap up with you, Dennis. We'll see you on tomorrow. So definitely go ahead and enjoy your day. Go spend the day with your family, the kids, and have a great one. The realist Spencer.
Yeah, there you go. All right, see you, Mitch.
Take care.
See you, everyone.
All right, guys. Well, definitely smash the like button if you guys enjoyed having Joel and Dennis this morning. Them taking special time out of their day. No, they did not get paid time and a half. I'm sure they wish they are. But today's actually a vacation day for us here at Benzinga. But we always build here at Benzinga. So I thought, hey, why not spend some time with you guys this morning, look at some stocks, celebrate Memorial Day, and really look at those fallen heroes and give thanks to the sacrifice. So hit the thumbs up, hit the share button below, hit the subscribe, guys. In a second, we're going to be bringing on John London from Beginner Trading. We'll be talking about some AMC, some meme stocks. But before we get into that, I definitely want to talk a little bit about kind of the giveaway that we have right now, guys. I don't know if you guys don't know, but we definitely have a giveaway right now that's super exciting. I'm going to play a little video here, and then I'll run you through, guys, how you guys can get your free share of Tesla. All right, welcome back, traders. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and I'll put up the link here in the chat so that you guys can join in on the competition. If you haven't yet, definitely join in, guys. We're about to reach the 100,000 subscriber. And when we do that, guys, we want to go ahead and reward you guys. So the best way is to be a subscriber of Benzinga. Join the Zinger Nation As you guys can see, we definitely take our time to do this absolutely free. We get stock analysis every single day, whether it be in the morning from pre-market prep, whether it be on SPACs Attack, getting all your information on the new SPACs, whether it be on Power Hour, getting all the hype stocks. You guys already know, you guys have seen multiple big names on Power Hour. And then we got great shows, Biotech Buzz, crypto shows, of course, Money Mitch. And we're going to keep doing this and bringing you guys more content going into 2021. If you guys have a content that you guys want to see that we don't have right now, definitely let us know in the comments below, because that's what it's all about here at Benzinga. We want to give the feedback back to you guys, listen, and definitely perform. So let's go ahead, smash a like. You guys already know. Let's keep it going here. What up, what up, what up? Isn't that where you came from? You know it, you know it. Beginner Trading, the only place that you guys can watch every single day trading by my man, John London. But yes, that's where I came from, Tony. You know it, you know it. Definitely subscribe to Benzinga Crypto. That's definitely a great area where you're going to get some focus more on just cryptocurrency. So if you are a cryptocurrency fan, I suggest you check out Moon and Bust, our brand new latest show in cryptocurrency. I think these guys are killing it. Young guys loving the crypto market and definitely have some passion for it. So definitely check them out, guys. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to bring on my man John London here in 1 second. Before then, I want to go ahead and do a like push here, guys. Let's set a like goal here. Looks like we're at above 80s on the likes here. I want to get to 100 likes so that I can open my Muds 1952 Redux pack that I actually did a burn process to even get this pack. So that means that I actually gave up some of my comments to actually get this pack. I want to open it with you guys, and I'll probably do it with John on, but only way we're going to do this, guys, is if we hit the like button and get above the likes. So let's go ahead. Let's get it going. Hit the like. You guys already know my man Beginner Trading in the house. Let's bring him on here. John London, are you ready to rumble? Boom.
I was muted. Okay, man, I'm slacking early in the morning. I love the intro.
The old new trick.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Hey, I appreciate the nice intro and happy to be here. How about AMC last week, guys? How about AMC last week?
What a monster. What a monster.
Craziness.
I mean, hey, one thing I definitely say is that, you know, some people were talking about this stock like, hey, I was catching people on Twitter. They're like, yeah, you know what? I got the diamond hands. I'm staying in AMC. And it looks for a long time that I was like, man, that $10 seems to hold pretty well there for a good amount of time. It was about 2.5 months where it just held $10, would come up, but then come right back to that $10. And man, whoever stayed near that bottom line there, near that $10, worked their average. I'll definitely give you a shout out, man. You did better than I did in this one. So how did you take an approach here in AMC, John?
I mean, so you know me, Mitch. I'm very skeptical as a trader, and I kind of had up until the last month and a half, I had a pretty bearish view. Even with all the GameStop and AMC ripping in February, I had a pretty bearish view of AMC. And I mean, it's understandable to be bearish on AMC. I mean, listen, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. The movie theater industry might be changing fundamentally as a whole. And it's one of those things where I see a lot of hate towards bears with AMC and GameStop. But to be honest, I understand them. I mean, when you have over $1 billion in debt back in February, it's understandable to be bearish. I started going long at AMC really after February. You know, February, we had the craziness with AMC and GameStop, those huge rips up and down. You know, of course, the crazy and notorious GameStop squeeze all the way over 500. And so at that point in time, I realized, you know, even if AMC doesn't succeed in 5 years from now, even if the movie theater industry is fundamentally changed from pre-COVID, you know, it still has some potential on the upside just from the sheer amount of traders that are invested and hyped up about AMC. You know, that's really what sold me on AMC. That's really the reason. Like I bought AMC at about 920s. I was really open about buying it at 920s about a month ago. And like I said last time, a month holding anything for a month is like a literal century to me. Okay. Like I am a very short-term trader, but yeah, I saw the hype getting behind AMC and I wanted to partake in that. And so I had a really good entry. I also bought a little bit more on TD Ameritrade at 14 and I'm still holding both of those. I've taken profit on one of them. I've taken profit on the one on TD Ameritrade. I've sold half my position just to lock in profit and I'm still holding the rest. I don't know what's going to happen from here. I know there's a lot of speculation on whether the squeeze has happened already or not. I hear a lot of people talking about how the squeeze hasn't even started yet. And I know I'm going to get some hate for this, but I got to disagree. I think we're at least squeezing some here. I think every time we break highs on AMC, some short traders are getting stopped out of these positions, and that's in turn causing some of this upward momentum that we got last week. Now, I don't know if the full, major squeeze from the synthetic shares and all that stuff has happened yet. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm holding mine and we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those charts that I could see the volatility of this breakout through 20. And a lot of that has to do with just kind of prior highs. These are where these highs were going to before. You can see a high here of 1760, of 1650. And where did it kind of start stuttering here? Right around those levels, guys. And then it broke out from those levels and really started pushing on up. So I think that's kind of like your next pullback level that you're looking to hold. As long as kind of this 20 area can hold on any pullbacks, I think you're still looking on an uptrend. So I would look for actually maybe a quick pull down, maybe, I don't know, into the open Monday or even into pre-market. A lot of times you get these morning washouts where it's just trying to scare people out of their positions. A lot of times, people wake up, they look at their overall position, and where it is in 4 a.m. is big difference from where it's going to open up at 9:30. And so a lot of times I see this happen a lot where the market kind of gives you that down look at 4 a.m. So a lot of traders start freaking out. And if they look at their account in the morning, they notice themselves down, 4 or 5 points. For a lot of people with a lot of shares, that can really start getting into hurt really quickly. And so it might shake some people really quickly at near that 4 a.m. And then I would look for a trend back up towards that 24, closer towards the open. But this is a stock that's been moving with a bunch of meme stocks, right? I mean, John, I don't know if you saw the move in EXPR the other day. That one was a good one. KOSS. That's a good one. Another one that I'm keeping on watch, I don't know if you saw this one, NOK is one that actually is on my radar. I mean, why? Just because look how this thing has been going sideways and doesn't want to break back down to this shadow. A lot of times when you get those stocks that don't want to break back down, there's a reason why, right? There's some bag holders just hanging out.
For sure.
And it's going sideways. And this is what I like to see. Whenever, same thing we got in AMC, we got a sideways period and then a breakout. I think you got to watch for some other ones to see if we get a breakout. BlackBerry, I know, is on a lot of people's radars. I mean, look at that little spike there. And the big thing to me on BlackBerry is the volume. Look at that volume, how it's really just started to spike up there. I think it traded over 100 million shares on Friday. So is BlackBerry on your radar, John?
Yeah, I'm for sure watching all the meme stocks. So basically everyone you just listed. So KOSS, BlackBerry, Nokia, AMC, GameStop. It's an early 2000s, late 90s revival for me.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, we're watching a lot of these just because they all move in sympathy with each other most of the time. Not exactly, nothing's 100%, but they'll move in sympathy with each other. And so I think a really smart move for a lot of traders would be to, I'm not saying AMC is not going to keep going up. I'm probably going to hold AMC, but to look at other healthy companies that move with them and then buy pullbacks, like you said. I think buying those pullbacks is a profitable move. I know even AMC at the opening bell, usually it dips a little bit and then rips at the opening bell. At least it has this past week or so. And I know a lot of people get mad at me for saying the squeeze. I'm not saying the main squeeze has happened, just to clarify. What I am saying is that, what a short squeeze is just short traders covering their positions. And when you cover a short position, you have to buy it back. And that in turn pushes the stock up. That's certainly going on at least a little bit right now. That's certainly something that caused some of this upward momentum. And again, I'm not saying that the entire squeeze has happened yet, or even that the main squeeze has happened at all. But what I am saying is that shorts are definitely covering, and they're struggling, they're hurting right now. And, as somebody that's against big hedge funds, you love to see it.
Yeah, one of the things that I'd point out is that on Friday, it was kind of like the end of the month. And so a lot of times you get what's called those contract expirations, right? And I think there was a lot of people that took a chance and maybe bought a put on AMC, and then it expired worthless on that Friday, also giving the stock a little lift. I think that could have happened, or maybe some people taking long-term call options on AMC, and then seeing them start spiking, and then realizing, oh man, I'm just going to take the shares. I'm just going to exercise the position here and take the shares and let it spike up to the moon, like they always say, right? And so I think these are stocks that you always have to realize that at the end of the day, these are not stocks that you can put all your money in. And I did see a lot of people talking about their 401ks and how they're going to the moon. And these are kind of scary signs, right, John? I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be trading. You want to take some positions. It's always great to take a little bit of risk because, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not taking risks, then you're not a trader. I mean, that's what I would say. But at the end of the day, there can be some downside and upside looks to this. What would you recommend out there, at least to kind of stay safe for all the traders out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say this, and this is probably going to have some people get mad at me for saying it, but you guys got to understand, like, there's a lot of sensationalist stuff going on about AMC right now. Like AMC to 100,000, AMC to 1,000. I'm not saying they're not going to hit those levels. I'm just saying those are going to be extremely difficult levels to get to. And every time I say this, they say, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. But it's like, guys, understand. AMC hitting $1,000 is extremely unlikely. I think I have a bet with everybody in my stream that if AMC hits $1,000, I'll wear a dress on stream and shave my head. Okay? I'm just saying.
Guys, hit the like. I want to see that dress. I want to see that.
but it's extremely unlikely, and I'm like, I've said it all in the last few weeks, like AMC getting to $30-$40 is where I'm looking for this squeeze. AMC getting to $1,000, I think a lot of people, it's a pleasant thought. I think they've loaded up on AMC, and if it gets to $1,000, they're going to be rolling in money, and so it's a very pleasant thought. It gets a lot of views when you say, hey, AMC is going to hit $1,000 or AMC is going to get 100,000. And so people are more prone to click on it. And there's just a lot of sensationalism out there. I don't think AMC is going to hit $1,000. I'm still bullish in it, but y'all be careful. I mean, these are heavily shorted stocks as well, which could cause some of a squeeze, but just be careful because usually these type of stocks are not going to hold their gains. And, usually it's never a bad thing to take profit. I'm not telling you should take profit now. I'm personally holding mine. I'm just saying be careful. There were a lot of people in GameStop, 2 or 3 months ago that bought it at 550s, at 400, because people were telling them GameStop was going to hit 2,000 and 3,000. And then when it didn't hit those levels, they never really said anything. They just kind of quietly skirted off into the sunset, and it left a lot of people bag holding those positions. And so just be careful on these positions is all I'm saying. I'm bullish in AMC. I'm holding AMC. I've been holding it from the 920s. Just be careful. That's my word of caution to everybody trading these. Just be careful.
Yeah, one of the things that I always like to do, and you see me do this before, is always try to measure the move, right? And measure the next move, the next breakout. So if you actually used a monthly, and this is using as far back as I pretty much go, which is a monthly candles. And if you measure this candle here, right? So this candle here is actually $18.16. Right. And then if you measure it kind of from the breakout point around, let's say this 880s or maybe even this 10, or you can measure from the breakout here at 20 where it really started getting that drive. That's really where you get that drive. So $18 up, I'm thinking a max move up here towards 38. And if you look at it, you got monthly highs and resistance right here at like this 35.60 area and multiple highs that it ran right into. And when it ran right into, what did it do? Create that wick effect where it just goes right above it and then quickly below it. So I think that's the level you really got to watch now to see if you get above kind of this 35 again. Maybe I see it push towards 38, but how much further can it really go? I mean,
how many bag holders are up there is really the question I have. Like, now that it popped over that 34.58 high, how many people bought there and are now sitting down big who are going to unload if it gets up to that level? They're going to, once they break even, they're going to unload, and that might keep it down. So yeah, I gotta agree. I gotta agree with you on there with that, with those levels.
Yep, the monthly levels are important, guys. And then at the end of the day, we're always going to run into some resistance and do some pullbacks. So these are definitely plays that you got to go ahead and, like I said, figure out what's a good level that you could lose and be okay with it. If that's okay, if you have some kind of money like that, then these are the plays that I definitely think that, hey, why not take a shot? At the end of the day, one of the things that I say about trading is that it's always about decision making. And if you can stick to your decision making, that's what trading is really all about. Because when you're going back and forth, and you know how this can be, John, when you're like, oh man, I should have got that one, or I should have held longer. It's all about decision making and just sticking to your guns also, because if you're always going to be would have, should have, could have, I mean, we know how those traders go, John. They end up starting to try to be a hero. And when you try to be a hero is when you really start becoming a zero really quickly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's one of those things. If I could leave anybody anything here, the more experience you gain doing these things, like with Mitch talking about decisions, the more experience that you get making these decisions, the better and more effective you're going to be at doing so. And so with trading, a lot of it is about conditioning. It's just about repetition, conditioning through repetition, just doing it over and over and over again. And the better and the more you do it, the more effective you become at it, and then the better trader you are. And so just get your reps in, guys. That's the best thing you could do to help your trading. Just get your reps in, trade small while you're doing so, and learn and have fun doing it.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things is I've traded these high momentum names before. I've done it all from the high speed trade to a slower trade. And one of the things that I can definitely tell you, a lot of the times you're always going to be kind of have a second decision, or I should have maybe gotten a little lower or got out here. The main thing that I always recommend is try to figure out what's your plan. Stick to that trading plan, because when we get too subjective is when we look back at our trades and we realize, man, we didn't hold to any kind of plan. And if we're not going to hold to any kind of plan, it's just a very, very hard way to stay consistent over time.
Absolutely.
Well said. All right. So the last thing I want to leave off before we get you on out of here, John, is do you have any kind of lower price names to keep a watch out this week? Maybe not some of the meme stocks, but something that you've been looking at moving lately. Any names you want to give?
Yeah, so I'm going to preface this part with look, I don't know how good these companies are. I'm going to mention a few stocks, but I'm not saying that they're going to go up. I just might day trade these stocks. And the first one
just trade ideas out there for you guys. At the end of the day, what we're here for is for some trade ideas. So give us some gold, John. Let's find the trade ideas.
All right, so we're looking at EMAN here, and EMAN had no news. It ran a decent amount on Friday. It's moving a little bit in after hours. I'm just looking at some previous high levels to see if it holds those levels. The first level I'm looking at is 375, and you'll see a trend in my trading style with half and quarter dollars and whole dollars. So I'm looking at 375. It's sitting at 381 from after hours on Friday. And then the next level I'm looking for is 350. And so if we pull back to those levels and, we set up with all the other nuances within my strategy and system, then I might buy those there and try to catch a bounce play. I'm definitely watching the pre-market high at 411, 410. It's confirmed twice at that level as well, right around 410. And so if we can hold at 375 and 350 and break 410, maybe I will end up buying some type of pullback breakout pattern there, but we'll have to wait and see. Looking at the longer term chart, I don't hate it either. I mean, we're up to, we're up to 380s now. And so I don't hate the long-term chart. We're over a lot of previous support and a lot of previous resistance that might hold it up. And so that's what I'm looking at here. But again, it may crash. Who knows? But that's what I'm watching for EMA. Yeah. Another one I'm looking at is VTNR. And this one moved a lot on Friday. And this one's daily chart is incredibly interesting as well, I think. This one did have a catalyst from Benzinga. It showed that they had a $75 million deal to buy an Alabama refinery from Royal Dutch Shell PLC. And this one's just been really volatile. For me as a scalper, a lot of the time I'm just looking for good volume. If a stock has good volume, for technical analysis to work, I need other buyers stepping in where I'm stepping in. And so with that, we need volume. This one definitely has good volume. I'm looking at the $7 level, that $7 whole dollar level, and $7.50. If we can hold at those two levels and then maybe break $8.50 or $8.65 at that pre-market high, I'll do the same thing with this one. It just has good volume, legitimate catalyst, and a lot of traders watching it.
Yeah, definitely. I like the looks. I like how one of the things that I look for in lower price names is a consistent pattern. And you can see it right here on the 15-minute. The stock held that consistent pattern sideways, broke out sideways. And that's what you'll look for, is that those consistent patterns. Same thing with the other one. What was it? EN?
It was EMAN.
EMAN. There you go. E-margin. Yeah. E-margin group. Corp. This one's an interesting one too. Same thing. 15-minute. You see it held that pattern and broke out. I like those kind of names. Definitely. Those are definitely some to definitely keep on watch. I appreciate you bringing those names here, John. I know that, it's always not easy giving names, but what it's all about, guys, is for you guys to go ahead and then now do your research on those two companies, figure out what your levels are that you want to watch for maybe on Monday. And then that way, at least you had a planned attack. And that's what it's all about, guys. When you get those trading ideas from Benzinga or beginner trading, it's about taking that idea and making it your own, figuring out where your levels are that you like, and at least you got something to go off of. And I think that's very important. I always look for trades. I mean, that's why I always ask, and that's why I brought on John today and Dennis, and then later on we'll have Ryan. And that's what it's all about, guys. So definitely hit the like. Check out Beginner Trading, guys. This is an everyday day trading channel, guys. You guys can check it out. Description below will get you there. There's a link right there to his Twitter, and then you can find the YouTube right on there. So definitely check it out, guys. Give my man a follow, a thumbs up, and anything else you want to leave off with, John, so that everybody knows about what Beginner Trading is about?
Yeah, hey, y'all have a safe Memorial Day. Come check us out. We live stream every weekday morning. Take all of the, if we're going to end up trading some of these stocks, we're probably going to stream it live. And so youtube.com/beginner trading. Come hang out, come watch us trade. And as always, check out Benzinga, great platform here. Ryan's coming on later. Great dude. Listen to that guy. He knows what he's talking about. And y'all have a safe Memorial Day.
Definitely appreciate you coming on, John, and enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the day with the family. I still I'm missing the Jack man, and I hope he has a great day and enjoys it. You guys go have some fun, some hot dogs, maybe get a brew for me, man. But enjoy it, John. I hope you have a good one, man.
Hey, thanks, brother. Hey, y'all have a good day. See you guys later.
Always. All right, guys, definitely smash the like button if you guys enjoyed that, got some value, got some names. Also, I mean, we got some names to keep a watch out for this week. And that's really what I wanted to do, guys, was go through kind of a watch list approach, look at some of these big stocks that are moving right now, and then we can definitely keep moving forward. It looks like we're hitting those like goals. I definitely have seen that like jumping up. So let's go ahead, smash that like button. Let's get it up there. Looking like there's 167 likes right now. Can we get it to 200? I'm going to go ahead and bring on my man Karl in the back in a second. If you guys don't know, this is actually a friend of mine, a close friend, that actually brought me Workhorse underneath $2, guys. This is why I'm going to definitely bring my man on. I thought it would be important to get him on. One of the things that I did is you can look back. I mean, under $2. I mean, we're talking back 2019, getting up there. And man, did this do a breakout into 2020. One of the best stocks I think I've ever called. And really the way that I called it was because I got Karl to bring me on to the trade. And then I started doing my research and determining the levels that I liked. And that's what it's about, guys. So definitely smash the like button. we're going to hit the like for our fallen heroes. Definitely, guys, hit the like, guys. That's what we're here for today, celebrating Memorial Day. So definitely smash that like button, and we're going to go ahead and continue going. But before we get into the muds and bringing Karl on, I did want to go ahead and talk a little bit about the cannabis event that we're having here on June 3rd and June 4th here. This is going to be right up next week, guys, Thursday and Friday. If you haven't taken a chance to look, cannabis is on the move. I saw some people talking about CGC. I saw someone talk about Kern in the chat. So definitely Kern is actually a CEO that has been interviewed on Benzinga. So pay attention. Kern might be on there. You got a bunch of CEOs, and I'm going to go ahead and play a video here to tell you guys a little bit more about the cannabis event. But definitely, guys, smash the like button. You guys already know you're in Sundial. I know some people are thinking Sundial can make a rip, especially with all the cannabis stocks starting to move up. I was even looking at this one on Friday. I was thinking about buying the 95 cents and looking for it to get above $1. So I can't blame you on that one. Keep your eyes on that one. Roy, we'll talk a little bit about TLRY with Karl when he comes on. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Check it out, guys. The cannabis event is going to be going on Thursday and Friday. All right, guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring on my man Karl in the house here. And we're also going to go ahead and do this tops opening here. I know that you guys are excited to see the tops. I mean, I can't blame you if you are, because I mean, this has been definitely a fun time. All right, let's go ahead and bring on my man Karl. Karl, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Mitch. Good morning and happy Memorial Day to everybody.
Hey, happy Memorial Day. Definitely, to get it started, we want to smash the like for our fallen heroes. I'm sure you might have caught my video earlier in the day, Karl, but definitely a shout out to those Memorial Day heroes, and actually anybody that's serving. I think that's definitely one of the things that I want to give a shout out for. So anybody that's out there and definitely serving our country, thumbs up, and I appreciate you more than you know. So let's go ahead and let's talk a little bit about muds, man. I know that you've been wanting to get your hands on some of these cards. I got lucky and got some here, but what are you thinking about muds and the tops NFTs, Karl?
I love them. I think that muds is going to the moon.
Hey, can't blame you for thinking that, man. I'm showing off a little bit of my cards here. I've been working some bigger names. I got me a Yelich, Modadesi. He's a kind of a younger rookie on Kansas City. Good guy there. Got a nice Howie Kendrick. But today I want to open this 1952 pack. I don't know if you're interested in seeing this, Karl, but let's see what we get today.
Of course I am.
Of course. Let's get into it. Look, I got a mint 700. Let's open this pack, man. I've been waiting to open this pack for a while. I'm super excited. This is a 1952 Redux. We're going to get 2 cards in here, but who knows if it's a really good card. I mean, if you get a Pujols in here, a Trout, one of the big names, you could definitely get a big return on one of these packs. I could sell this pack right now just to give you guys some insight for $100, and I pretty much paid about like $40 for the pack. So I mean, I could get a $60 profit just from selling the pack, but I'm gonna go open it up here. So definitely smash the like button if you're excited to open this up. Put a 1 in the chat, guys, if you guys want to see me open this up. I want to see who's a mud fan out there, who's a tops fan, and who likes these cards. All right, guys, let's go ahead. Let's open this up. Gotta love the vets. Happy Memorial Day. Definitely, guys. There's the one starting to roll through. Let's go ahead and open this up. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, looks like we're having a little bit of problems opening this pack here. Looks like let's open it up from here. Dun-dun-dun. There you go. Let's open. All right, so we're gonna wait to open this pack. I'm having some problems on this one. I don't know what's going on with the top site, but let's open up my NBA Top Shot. Let's do that. I got a Top Shot pack that I can open up here for you guys. So
I do like these Top Shots too.
yeah, no, I've been trying to get more and more of these. So I've been looking to try to get more and more, but really it's all about, it's an exciting time to get these cards. I mean, wrong one. There you go. It's in my outcome account. Having some problem with these opening these cards up, man. Should have had this ready. Sorry about that, guys. There's the packs. As you guys can see, I'm not a Top Shot expert, but let's open this up. All right, guys. So there you go. I got the Top Shot opened up here. Let's get this rolling here. Let's open the pack.
I'm excited.
Uh-oh. Click to reveal. Let's do it. Jump shot. Joel Embiid. Ooh. Little fade. Little fade. For a big guy, I mean, that's a nice shot. Oh, this was one of his 250 points in February 19. Not a bad little move there. I liked it. Let's go to the next one up here. Ooh, a 3-pointer. Marcus Smart. Ooh, made you look. Not a bad one. Can we get an uncommon? That's what I want to see. But that was a good 3 right there. I like how it's like multiple camera angles, They really do the highlight the right way. All right, let's go one more, guys. Definitely. Let's keep it going. Oh, Milwaukee Bucks 3-pointer here. Milwaukee. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little upset with Milwaukee right now. They made my Heat lose. So, Heat got swept. I don't want to talk about that. But, all right, there you guys have it. There it goes. An NBA Top Shot opening there. Definitely smash the like button if you guys had fun opening up those packs. Let's go ahead. Let's get back to some stocks here, Karl. I don't know what stocks you've been taking a look at lately, but first things first, maybe let's talk about some cannabis stocks. I know that you like some cannabis stocks. We've been talking about cannabis stocks for a long time. I mean, I think since the 2018 kind of run. So what's up with these plays, Karl? Do any of these you like?
Yeah, I do. But it's not the typical normal ones.
Okay.
We're going to go with Cureleaf.
Okay, let's go with Cureleaf first. I like that one. Okay, so you're talking a little bit of a pink slip one, but this is one of the strongest cannabis companies out there, right? What do you like about Cureleaf?
Well, the fact that it's a U.S. play. They're going to stand to probably benefit the most of expanding, the cannabis market.
Yep. I mean, they're definitely in some big markets. I know they're in Florida. I know they're in Michigan. I know they're in different areas, and they have some pretty good kind of holdings here. One of the things that I've definitely seen with this company is that it's just been slowly on this uptrend, never really pulled back. And I mean, when this one was sideways, a lot of times, we saw these big companies kind of do these huge move up, a lot of money raising. And this one kind of just went sideways for a long time. I mean, for about a year or two, it just went sideways and now has really broken out. Where do you think this one can head up to on Curaleaf? I mean, we're right now sitting close to this 15 level, but what's going to move it up, and where do you think it could head towards?
Well, right now you've got a lot of catalysts kind of going on with the opening of several different states. They actually are in 23 states currently, and are, like I said, the top U.S. play. So it's and not only that, they're making money. That's the biggest thing. Yeah,
no, definitely. There you go. I fixed that echo there for you guys. That echo should have gone away. Sorry, it was the sound with the desktop there. So got that fixed there. Appreciate it, Dino, for letting me know in the chat. Saw it right there. No, but definitely one that I'm going to keep an eye on. I think they're really, really strong in Florida. I mean, I think they're going to be the strongest player in Florida, and a couple of different areas where I just got to keep a watch out for them, because I think these guys know how to at least be profitable in the cannabis industry. And that's a tough area to be profitable. And that's what I want to keep a focus on is, keeping with companies that have that ability to stay in the profitability. And I think right here, this is definitely one that you definitely got to keep on your radar. Next up, Tilray, man. I know that you like this one. What's up with Tilray? Do you think this one can really come back roaring after kind of the merger that it did?
Yes, I do. I mean, right now we're looking at, federal decriminalization of everything here in the U.S. So, when that plays out, Tilray is going to be probably one of the better positioned ones.
Now, one thing I definitely say about Tilray is they have some potential. They definitely have a big portion of the Canadian market. And I think if they could grab that American market, I mean, you'll definitely see them take off. So it's one to definitely keep a watch out for. I'm going to keep a watch out a lot of these cannabis stocks. I mean, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but Sundial is one that could get ripping. I mean, Karl, you and I talked about this one. I wanted it at 95 cents. I don't know if you got it, but I'll keep watching it. Oh, you got it, you dirty dog. You dirty dog, you. I can't blame you, Karl.
I saw it going up. I bought it at 85 cents.
Hey, can't blame. Yes, Trulieve does have licenses in other states too. It's actually one of the strongest names in the industry. But Green Thumb's another one also being mentioned here by Patrick. That's a good one to definitely keep a watch on it. Yeah, OTC still because of, the legalization issues and that kind of problems. But I think these are some that you can actually look at in the OTC market to trade on a consistent basis. I mean, I don't go into the OTC often, but some names like this definitely stand out. All right, let's
and I do like TrueLeaf too. It's
definitely. Let's look at another one too. Let's look at some of your SPAC plays, man. I know that you like some SPACs, Karl. If you guys don't know, Karl is a loyal fan. Definitely hangs out every day in the SPACs attack room. Gives some information, talks about some SPACs. So definitely smash the likes if you'd like the SPACs attack team. Missing Chris Ketchy, wanted to get him on here today, but I think he's taking some family time. I can't blame him with that. But what are you thinking about there in the SPAC world, Karl?
Well, I mean, this, Mitch. It's always with me. It's always about revenue and what the company can bring to the table. And there's some great ones out there, and I think several of them are undervalued.
Yep, I definitely do. What are some names that you'd like long term?
Long term, I mean, all of them are going to be pretty much long term because they're SPACs.
Yeah, that's the way you should look at them. I like the look. I like the approach.
But I mean, some of the bigger ones I like is RSI, Rush Street International.
Okay, RSI definitely can't go wrong with that name. You guys know how I like that one.
PaySafe.
All right, PSFE. I like that one. That's an interesting one. Definitely near the support. So if you like that 11, PaySafe looking interesting.
And I've got two other ones. TSIA.
TSIA. I like that one, man. For real, I do like that one. I've been
And they're
talking
going to be
about
bringing
this one.
Latch.
Yeah, and then the merges, I think the vote's going through this week. So definitely keep your eyes on this one, TSIA. What's the last one you got for me on specs?
ACTC.
ACTC. I like it. This one, monster looking chart there. I like the chart. I like the bottoming action. That 1330 definitely popped back off. What do you think that you could see this one? Do you think we can get maybe potentially back by the end of the year by 30?
Yes.
There you go. You guys have it here first. Karl thinks potentially we could get up there on the ACTC with some good news. What kind of news are you going to be looking for on ACTC?
ACTC is going to be the contracts, anything, on the EV side with the bus conversions. That's basically, Proterra is well positioned to kind of take a good portion of some of that Biden money.
Yep. We're gonna pay attention. We'll see if the Biden money comes in there. I know there's a lot of infrastructure talk, and one of that being talked about is kind of buses and EVs. So we'll keep our eyes on ACTC. I think that's definitely one to keep on radar. Last one we'll get from you before we kind of get you on out of here, Karl. I'd like to know what's a play that's under radar to most that you've seen out there that you like?
Okay. Most under radar is SLM.
SLM. Let's take a look here. So Slim Corp.
Sally Mae.
Sally Mae. Look at this chart, guys. Look at this one. This does look like a forgotten chart. Well, man, this is a good uptrend. This is the college loans, right?
Yes, it is, and they're going to be. That's big on the forefront right now with with forgiveness of some of the things as far as the college loans and everything. So
definitely,
they're not going to do it all, but plain and simple, if they do a little bit, there's going to be a pop on this one.
Yeah, what a monster move. Monthly, this one's been moving since essentially the August. August has been going straight up. You got in how many bars here?
I got in at about $11 on that one.
Woo, $11. This is a nice big movement. You're talking almost 9 months of straight up. 211% move in those 9 months. So SLM, definitely one that I didn't have on everybody's radar, but definitely thanks for bringing that one in here, Karl. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. At the end of the day, like I mentioned, guys, this is who I got Workhorse from. And what I always talk about is that you can get an idea from anywhere, guys, but definitely make it your own. Go out there, do your due diligence, find what levels you like, and then that's how we talk about plays. There's a lot of times where I call Karl after kind of Money Mitch, and we just talk about the overall market, talk about some moves, what he likes, what I like, and then we take that ideas and we kind of move from it. It's not that we definitely are going to trade off of each other's ideas, but at least get some ideas, some thinking, and then we can go back and test how those stocks looks. So definitely appreciate you joining your time with me, Karl, today. I hope you have a good Memorial Day, man.
Thank you, Mitch, and you too, and thank you to all the vets out there that serve for us.
Appreciate you definitely mentioning all the vets. Karl, go enjoy the beach. Go enjoy the sun. I know I'll be missing it, and I miss you too, buddy. I wish I could see you soon. So I hope you have a great one today, Karl.
You too, Mitch. Thanks.
Always. All right, guys, there you go. There you guys have it. It was definitely fun getting Karl on. I wanted to get him on. And just like if you guys out there, you guys have some great ideas, hit me up. You guys know where I'm at. Story Investors, Money Mitch. This is what I do, guys. I talk about some stories. So if you guys have a story stock to bring up, definitely hit me up. I'll bring you on Money Mitch. I got no problem. We can bring you right here on the screen behind me, and you guys can do an interview. So definitely, I agree, Daisha. Weed should be 100% legal. Let's go. Legalize it. I got no problem with that one. Before I bring on my man, Ryan Rozbiani in the back. So if you guys know who that is, definitely smash the like. We're going to be getting into some different stocks. Today we wanted to talk a little bit. We talked about some market sentiment, some growth stocks with Dennis Dick and Joel Elconin. Then we moved into some MUDs and some Top Shot NFTs. We talked about some cannabis stocks. We talked about some gambling stocks. And now I want to talk a little bit about some crypto. We talked a little bit about AMC and some meme stocks with John from Beginner Trading, but I want to talk a little bit about crypto. I want to take a look. I'm going to bring on my man, the closest guy I know tomorrow. So let's bring on my man, Ryan. What's up, Ryan?
Good morning, buddy. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Having a great day. Definitely celebrating Memorial Day. So thumbs up. Give the thumbs up, guys. No days off. Hey, that's how we do it here. Building in the morning. One of the things I wanted to do was just kind of look at some stocks overall, look at the Bitcoin, talk about what you're thinking for the week, Ryan, and then I'll get you on out of here. We can go and enjoy our Memorial Day, celebrate it the way it should be. I hope I get some good sun so I can do some smoking. I need to get me a brisket, feel American with that good American brisket. So let's get right into some stocks, Ryan. What
you got your menu planned out for today too?
Oh, dude, I'm thinking meat, man. We're not talking Beyond Meat here, dude. There's no alternative meat products here. No plant-based here, man. So definitely thumbs up, guys. Thumbs up. What's been going on out there in the crypto world, Ryan? How are you seeing it? Maybe the crypto stocks or actually crypto coins themselves. What are you thinking?
So I've been watching them very closely for a long time now. So the crypto base, so we saw a massive run up since the Elon Musk investment on specifically Bitcoin. And on Ethereum, we saw a massive run up since the note making in England. It's a huge complex thing that I hadn't really had too much time to read up on that one, but that caused a massive jump from 2K to 4K. Then we saw when Elon Musk brought up the ESG argument with the environmental stuff for Bitcoin, that pulled down Bitcoin all the way down to 30K, and it brought down all the other cryptos with it, because whether we like it or not, Bitcoin is the head honcho when it comes to the cryptos. So it pulled everyone down along with it, and unfortunately caused a correction. Now, it's unfortunate for those who bought at the top, but if you're dollar cost averaging in, if you're a long-term Bitcoin or crypto bull in any of them, Ethereum, Bitcoin, even Doge, this is a massively awesome opportunity for you to start dollar cost averaging into these plays and start building your positions for your long-term holdings. That's what I'm seeing closely. And honestly, I'll be 1,000% honest with you. I'm seeing more and more institutionals talking about it. I'm seeing more and more talks about regulation, which means more money and more whales come into it, which means I think that this is just going to be a blip in the long-term story of Bitcoin. Mitch, you're on mute, buddy.
The old mute button. I was getting up the chart here for you guys to kind of see that Bitcoin chart, but it did do a massive pullback. But I think some of these pullbacks are healthy. One of the things is when you get these big runs up, I mean, if you get no pullback, by the time you do get a pullback, it could be massive. And so I think that, one of the things is that we saw this one kind of do a big push, multiple resistance, was trying to push through that 60,000 level. I could see. But even when the first time that it got above it and really started driving above it, it couldn't hold that 60. And then once it couldn't hold that 60, like I always think, if you try resistance breakout 3 times and you can't get through that level, get ready for the support test, because a lot of times you'll get that support test after that. It doesn't mean it's going to break down, but definitely you'll get closer towards that support test. And then when we tested it, we bounced there, came back up closer towards that 60,000, but definitely a turnaround there, and then a break of support here closer towards this 45. How long do you think it takes for us to get back up here towards this 45 level? I mean, that's really, I think, the line in the sand. If we can get back up to 45s, it'll definitely start looking interesting, but we could have a sideways period trend here. What are you thinking, Ryan?
So I think we're going to trade sideways. I think our first resistance is going to be 40K. It's been showing itself on the 2-hour chart. The 1-hour chart, 40K has been annoying for Bitcoin, and I think it's going to take some time to get there, but I think over time we'll be able to cross it. I'm fine with sideways trading for a while. We've had a massive, massive bull run into 2020, into 2021. These assets are not meant to hit all-time highs every 23 to 45 days, which is the pattern that Bitcoin was hitting every 23 to 45 days. We'd have another all-time high. That's not healthy in my opinion. So I'm fine with letting it do this, even if it takes 6 months to a year to hit its all-time highs again. But it's going to take some time, and we'll get back up there because at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand game when it comes to Bitcoin. No one's printing more Bitcoin.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your stock right here, Mara. What are you thinking, man? I mean, this one's gone up, down, sideways, around.
Mhm.
Oh, what's our next levels? What are the levels we need to be paying attention to in Mara to see maybe get back up here towards this 26, 28?
Right. So the big support level that everyone was watching was 15.
Okay.
But during the big Bitcoin pullback was around 1572, I believe. Yep, there you go. That line
Right there, that on
right
the
there.
nail.
You smoked it right on the bullseye. But thankfully we never went that low because little did we know that we had institutional investor support coming in from places like JP Morgan, Citadel, BlackRock did massive, massive investments into it. And then we saw more and more institutional investors coming in. So Bitcoin would pull back and it stress tests the heck out of Mara, but it's holding up. And I think slowly we'll get back up there. We'll fluctuate with Bitcoin because whether we like it or not, the stock will fluctuate with retail investors and institutions and hedgies with the price of Bitcoin. But I think overall, it's slowly begun to break itself out from a parallel one-to-one with the price of Bitcoin. Plus, there's a lot of rumblings with them having a solar project coming out very, very soon. So with kind of moving to their full ESG basis, they moved their Texas facility to a Texas facility, which is 100% ESG, which covers 70% of their mining blueprint. So from kind of an environmentalist standpoint, that's fantastic, and it's going to help bring more and more of these bigger institutions into the game. And I think over time, just like what we saw with Bitcoin, just like what we saw with most of these other stocks, when they hit all-time highs and come back down, if we're just patient with it, it'll slowly start chugging out. And these guys have 1 to 2 pressers coming out every single month, beginning of every month. So I think on Tuesday, tomorrow, we should get a new presser of them talking about their new mining numbers and what they did last month. And then throughout the month, they do new stuff with their directors, other stuff that goes on. So it's quite interesting, and I'm fully confident for this company into 2022.
Yeah, it's one that I'm going to keep on watch. We're getting mentioned here by Tony that could have over 101,000 miners there.
103,000.
Look at that, man. Definitely. I mean, this is one thing that I've talked about, and I'm starting to realize that it's becoming a real focus. But like sustainable mining and that talk, you're hearing a lot about that, Ryan. I think, I mean, of course. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't agree with that, but I think at the end of the day, I mean, you're going to continue to see kind of what they call out there, the blood coins. But I mean, at the end of the day, money is money. And I think this is where you have to somehow slightly adjust yourself, because if you're an activist, I could see you kind of being like, okay, I'm not going to take any Bitcoin because, it could be dirty or things like that. But if you're kind of more on the investor side, I think, this is the time to really look at it, long term. These are the moments when you can actually make long-term investments. When you get these big pullbacks, 20, 30%, 40% pullbacks, these are opportunity moments. And I can go back and think, when Bitcoin finally tanked back down closer towards, let's say, 3,000, 4,000, I mean, dude, that's all I can say, right? I mean, I think everybody can do one of these when you think about
years,
Bitcoin.
when it goes to 100K, everyone's going to do that same exact head palm thing, and they're like,
same
we should have bought like all the Bitcoin, because this is what happens. The fear kicks in, and psychologically, when fear kicks in, IQ drops, whether we like it or not. IQ drops, and we go into defensive mode versus offensive mode. But if over time, if you train yourself as an investor, this is why you got to do high conviction DD to build high conviction. So when the sale happens, you can parallel to what happens on Black Friday and Thanksgiving. You run in there and you grab that TV and you run right out like hell, and you just want to make sure you can get as much as you can. And I think just like everything else, it takes time, it takes patience, and I think patience has always been proven to be the massive vehicle of transfer of wealth within the stock market and now in the crypto markets. So just be patient, and I think it should hopefully pay off. But as always, do your own DD, find your own conviction, because that's what gets you through the red days.
Yeah, one of the things that I always say about this is that it's, and I'll take it. The big phrase, disruptive technology, right? And we can take a little page out of Kathy Woods here. And one of the things that I would say is it's not necessarily that, you have to look how she looks or kind of invest in what she invested. But I do like the approach that she takes a lot of the time. She's thinking about, hey, what kind of a technology out there in the next couple of years is really going to double, triple in value. Right. And those are the stocks that she wants to have really underneath her belt, right? And so one of the areas that I'm looking forward is the 3D area. And you can look at some stocks here, Triple D, DM. I even like some other ones. You can look at some space play, SPNR. SNPR, and then you can look at some.
SNPR is the charging station.
SPFR. Oh no, there you go. I'm mixing up with Jaws Spitfire here. SPFR. There's too many specs out there.
Many specs.
We got to get rid of some of them. But
I think the market's doing that for us.
It's taking care of it for us. Now, this is another one that's on my radar: disruptive technology. And the big thing is that I'm just thinking long term. What can I invest in? What could I get a little piece? That little piece could become a massive pie in maybe 1, 2, 3 years. So Ryan, other than that, I mean, let's get a little bit away from crypto here. But what other plays are you looking at this week? Maybe a little bit longer term, but even if it's just this week, what are you looking out there?
One longer term position that I've been slowly adding on to since their last earnings is Etsy. So Etsy is
Etsy. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, a lot of people are sleeping on this one. So the more and more I read about it, the more I like it. So they have provided positive guidance into the next quarter. They had fantastic earnings, but as you can see on the chart, they had a massive drop there, and it's going to take some time for them to slowly start to recover back up. But as someone who loves long-term investing, I think that gap will be easily filled into the next quarter of earnings. Guidance went up, expectations went down, which is a good thing in my opinion because it means they can surprise and outperform. So to me, this is a no-brainer that I like to keep adding. Plus, I've used the platform in the past to kind of figure out like how during my DD, I was like, all right, let me see if I can make a purchase on this thing. It's very smooth, very comfortable, very user-friendly on both the buyer and the seller side. And as someone who's become very, very anti-eBay because of the scams that they've got built into eBay, I think Etsy is a fantastic vehicle moving forward. Plus, they can do custom orders for you on things that you like. So it's really, really cool. Mitch, you're on mute.
Definitely want to keep on radar. One to keep on radar. One of the things is I've been looking to see some kind of plays and where we can really dip our toes. I like the Etsy call. One of the things that we're going to see is kind of continuous move in kind of e-commerce. I don't think that's ever going away. People are going to continue buying things online, not really want to spend their time in stores unless it's kind of a must or like exactly what you're going to go get. Now, thing with Etsy is that definitely I could see also in the long term. I know this might sound crazy, but there's a lot of artists out there. I mean, could they maybe dip their toes into figuring out some ways to get some NFT rolling or some kind of other ways to make some revenue there? I definitely would pay attention to that. But what do you think, and when do you think the story kind of turns around?
I think Etsy slowly turns around as we cycle into mid-June, I think, because we need to get over the CPI data that's coming out on June 10th. I think that's going to be pretty ugly in terms of inflation. We'll be paralleling the numbers we did last month. I think after that, we'll slowly start to see the hedge funds and the big institutional investors slowly buying more and more back into tech because it's so oversold. Just like take a look at the chart that you have there, where it was, where it is now. There's a big gap. Plus, nothing has really changed about these companies. That's the one thing I try to kind of teach to new investors and new traders is you got to take a look at the company. If the chart and stock price might not reflect it, but nothing has fundamentally changed about the company. And if the company is showing you that they're going to get better and better, that's just an opportunity waiting, knocking at your door. So you take advantage of it. And I think that there's a lot that's going to go on in the tech markets. Tech is here to stay forever, whether we like it or not. I know a lot of people don't like the tech sector, but it's there. And I think this is an opportunity for a transfer of wealth, in my opinion, and making generational wealth if you take advantage of these tech stocks. And I think Etsy, in my opinion, is a tech stock.
Definitely, e-commerce not going away, guys. One being mentioned in the chat that's an interesting one. I know that Dumb Money got their money in here, so Posh is one in the similar sector to watch. I know dumb money's around, let's say, probably I think 42s, 40, somewhere in between there. And they probably got their big money. That's probably them right here. I always look for the big bar to try to point them out.
That's terrible. So I hope he didn't buy that. I hope he bought under the gap.
I hope it was under the gap, but I'll tell you, I mean, it could have been right around here. It could have been that time, but I think this pick has been out for a little while now. But we'll see. If it was that gap down, then that's a smart kind of little buyback, right? Because the gap usually has a tendency of filling, right? And even if you just worked your way back to the gap, I mean, that was a pretty significant just move right back up there. That's a 29% move back up there, and then if it actually cracks kind of this low, you're not looking at big downside, looking maybe 3%, 5% downside look. It's not a bad look there in Posh. All right, let's go
gaps that I fear are the bio play gaps. Other than that, those other stocks that gap down, I'm like, all right, we'll get back up there.
Yeah, I know those ones. I used to trade this one called Tiva, and man, I mean, if I go back in time, I mean, look at this
Red
dog.
Candle City over here.
Dog City, you know. Oh man, I mean, this is not what you want to see on the chart. All right. What other play? Maybe one more. You got it before we get on out of here, Ryan.
Another one that I'm watching very closely that's been recovering since its earnings is Lemonade. That one also gapped down.
Oh, the lemon.
The lemon. We're going to get a nice little, not a short squeeze, but we'll get a squeeze into filling that gap. So you see those 3 consecutive red candles. Essentially, it was a nice little gap down after earnings. Again, nothing fundamentally changed. Nothing was wrong with the company. And as you can see, they've slowly began working their way back up. And I think this week we can start to see a test at 95, 96 resistance level. And if it breaks through, we go to 100 easy, and then we start making our way back to 110, 120. And I think we got time until the next earnings that we can make our way back up there. Plus, I like the company. I like the business. I think we're going to be moving towards this tech digital thing. We're seeing it with Rocket Mortgage and United Wholesale, and I think it's going to happen in the insurance space as well. Someone's got to get in there and disrupt these old school companies like Geico and State Farm. I think Lemonade could do it. I think they've got the cool tech out there.
All right, perfect. Your pick is Lemonade in that pick. You've heard of mine before, Ryan. I'll be looking at my mile.
Yeah.
Seeing if we can get a mile up.
I added Lemonade at 58 to be 100% transparent. I didn't add it up here at 90. I added it at 58. So I've been
there you go. I can't blame you for that.
I think for a quick trade, you can make it from 90 to 100, do a nice few percent in and out.
Yeah, this is one that I'm going to keep on radar. Similar play, mile. Very similar play. I'm going to be looking for this one to continue on up. And maybe you could see this one lead, and then you see Lemonade really start making the move up. And so they're both kind of making that move at the same time. So one's to keep on watch, completely different price ranges, but something to keep on watch. A lot of times when I look for is sectors and industries moving on up, and what is the laggard play, which is the one that's late to the move. Mm-hmm. And then I look to jump on that one because, I mean, sometimes, you're always going to get those FOMO moves up where the stock just rocketed and you're just like, man, I wish I had it. But I mean, sometimes you can't go after that play. So I look a lot of the times for the laggard play. What other stock in this sector or industry could get a lift? Maybe not as much as the leader, but at least get a lift. And that's what you're looking for. I mean, just to get on the right trend is so great most of the time, right, Ryan?
For sure, 100%. You got to be on the right side of the trend. I completely agree. Don't force a trade. Don't force anything wild like that. And then just make a plan. Have a plan for everything. And please take profits on the way up and scale in on red days and set a stop loss, all the fun stuff out there. There's a lot of FOMO that's triggered in when a play runs. If it's running, it's probably too late unless you're a strategic day trader. Please protect yourself and your capital. It's still a really, really wild market out there. It might look like we're recovering due to last week, but I still think we have some shaky waters ahead before we go to the green land.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of movement, I think, in this next week because a lot of traders kind of got some growth stocks, started dipping their toes. I was one of them on those dips. I'm sitting in the green in a lot of them. But the question is, on Monday, is that green's going to come back closer towards break even, right? I think a lot of traders are going to be watching this, Ryan. I know it's going to be on your radar. Where could all these traders find you and stay with you so that way they can know exactly where Ryan Rozbiani is moving?
So you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Rozbiani. I also run a YouTube channel, Ryan Rozbiani. I figured out the trend analysis of where AMC is going next for the next bull run. The video just came out today. You can find it there. All my links and affiliates are at ryanstocks.com. That's the easiest way for you to find everything without having to type a bunch of stuff in. So that's ryanstocks.com, and I'm more than happy to interact and trade with any of you.
Definitely, guys. Smash the like button for Ryan joining us and spending some time going through some stock trade ideas, talking a little bit of crypto also for the crypto fans. So definitely hit the like. Check him out, guys. You guys can look in the description below. You guys will find his Twitter. Hit him up right there. You guys can find all his links. And so definitely stay with Ryan. I definitely follow Ryan. And there's not that many people I follow, as you guys will see on Twitter. Main reason why I try to keep the noise minimum and to trade ideas so that I can stay forward and get you guys the best picks possible out there. And it's really not just about picks, guys. It's all about the process. And that's what I make it here on Money Mitch. All about learning how I attack the story stocks, whether it be from the stories, the fundamentals, or the technicals. You need all three in my eyes. And that's why I try to use three variables versus one. All right, Ryan, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it. Look forward to seeing your show later on in the week. If you guys don't know, Ryan has his own show here on Benzinga, so definitely check it out. When can they see you, Ryan?
You folks can catch me here on the awesome Benzinga Network if you subscribe on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern.
Boom. Definitely check it out, guys. We'll be on tomorrow, right? I mean, hey,
Yes, sir.
We'll see you tomorrow, Ryan. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you, everyone. And Mitch, as always, thank you for having me on. Really a pleasure.
Definitely. All right, guys. There you guys had it. The Memorial Day special. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I see a ton of likes, over 200 likes. Can we get to 250 before the end of the stream? I'm going to go ahead and take some ticker time here. We're in overtime. We're supposed to end at 11, but I'm going to continue going here and take some ticker time. Only if we get up there to 250 likes. We need 30 more likes. If not, I'll go ahead and wrap up the day. Before I get into those stocks from the tickers, I'm going to go one more time to tell you guys about the competition that we have going on right now. It's a giveaway. It's a giveaway, guys. Get your entry and your chance to win your free share of Tesla. Do not miss out on this, guys. I know I want one. Check out the video. I'll put the link in the chat how you guys can get into the giveaway, and definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe, and let's check it out. All right, guys, there you guys have the link in the chat. Hit it up, guys. Join that 100K subscriber giveaway as we get into 100K this week. It's going to be super exciting, guys. So definitely smash the like up, support us. Looks like we're getting up there. We need about, let's see. We need 10 more likes, guys. 10 more likes. Oh, looks like 9 more likes, guys. 9 more likes. Let's get it up there, guys. Let's go ahead and get it up there so I can do some stocks from the chat. I want to do that before you guys get on out of here. So definitely glad you guys came on today. We're celebrating our fallen heroes. So definitely wanted to talk about that. Killer. Let's do it. Let's get it up there. Hit the like. This is what it's all about. We need to get up towards 250. We got over 259 people watching. So if you have yet to hit the like, definitely support us as we support you guys. Looks like we're at 245. We need 5 more, guys. 5 more out there. If you guys want to support us and get into some stocks from the chat, support us so that we can get in towards that. I'm going to go ahead and play one more trailer here just to wrap it up. Cannabis event this Friday, Thursday and Friday. Stay tuned. Join right now, guys. I mean, you guys could be going to this cannabis event. You guys have been seeing cannabis run, so definitely stick by. When we return from this trailer, if we're at 250, we'll take 4 to 5 stocks from the chat. If not, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But definitely, guys, smash the like button. right, guys. All right, let's go ahead and have some fun. We got to the like goal. It's ticker time. Put your stocks in the chat like I put it in there right now. Put them up. Let's see what you guys got. I'll run through them really quickly, and we can run on out of here. And Go said, start some beers, start some barbecues, start the fun in the sun. But definitely, guys, enjoyed you guys being with me today. Money Mob, always here, guys. Going to continue growing. Money Mitch, we definitely try to get to a bunch of different topics, fun, hype, some story stocks. So let's take a look at some of these stocks here. What do you guys got out there? What's on your radar so that we can go ahead and take a look here? All right. So first up, it looks like we got a couple stocks rolling through here now. HOL is the first one I'm seeing up here. Let's go ahead, Bob. Bob, this is one to keep on radar. This is that space play. I would watch. It's all about the 10-50-11 area for this one. Put an alert. Wait till you get it above that level, and then you see a sideways action. I would definitely keep this one on watch. Another one that I like is SFTW. This is another one that I'm looking at to see when it gets above 10. And for that case, you can also look at Spitfire. All right, let's keep going through here. Next up, Tesla. Tesla from Michael. Michael wants to talk a little bit about Tesla. Let's go ahead and let's get into Tesla. Tesla here, it's going to be all about the 600 price point. We rejected this 540, but now can we hold 600? I think that's going to be very, very important. If we can hold 600, I think we can start coming back and testing 700 and getting back up there. The weekly will show you that. Look how we just kind of turned away from this 600. Let's see if we can hold that next week and start pushing back up here closer towards this kind of 700 look up here in this area. That's what I want to see it get back up there so you can see Tesla back into the bullish look. All right, let's keep going here. I'm going to roll through as many as I can for you guys. Definitely smash the like button and support me going through this and taking my holiday time to go ahead and go through these stocks with you guys. Boozy's up next. This one's an interesting one. Weekly says it's bouncing right there. The only thing I don't like is that turnaround Harmy candle that you got here on the 27th. You need to get it above that level for it to kind of hold that bullish look. If not, it's going to be looking like it wants to head back down towards the support of 14. So that's Vuzi, V-U-Z-I in my eyes. All right, guys, let's keep going. Roblox has been on a big push here. So that's why I'll bring it up for you, Dino. I did see that big push. Man, this one is one that I'm going to be looking for it to come back. If it can come back closer towards maybe this high, this 81 look, and then come back around, that's how I would approach this one. But if you're already in Roblox, that's exactly what you wanted to see now. Now, the $100 price point is going to be so important. When you get to that 100, can you get above that 100 and hold? So pay attention towards that area, and we'll see if that 100 can get above. Patrick mentioning oil, gas stocks. Great mention there. So MRO is one that's on my radar. This is one that I put out 2 weeks ago on my Twitter that I was looking for oil to continue its move on up, and we'll see if it continues moving. If you want to move and trade something a little faster, you can look at Gush. This is a leveraged ETF. And so you're definitely only going to day trade a trade like this, but we're going to see if this can continue its move up and make its way up there towards 100. So Patrick, there you go. Good stocks there. Rocco. Is that Rocio or Rocco? I'm thinking it's Rocco there. Home, bringing up here. At home, definitely one to keep on radar. Guys, specialty retail has been doing great. This one gapped up massively after good earnings. Another one to keep on watch here is BBBY, Triple BY. Look for this one to continue moving on up here. It already made this gap where it gapped down, and now it's done and made up that gap. The real key now is, can it hold 28? 28 is going to be very important. It ripped through there, got all the way up there towards 35. I'm going to look to see if this one can pull back, hold kind of closer towards this $27 and $28 level. Let's see if it holds those levels on pullbacks and gets back up there towards a 30 look. But definitely your home look. This is another one that kind of been ripping on up, testing. Look to see if you can get it closer towards this 36.50 or this 36.15, because it could break down through that and then test this gap up where it actually gapped up from 35 to 32. So that's home right there. All right, next one up, Genius. Genius is up there. Genius is one that started moving. This one has great kindergarten reaction. And another thing that I'd mention is the Shaq cartoons soon to come out in Genius. I'm a big Genius fan. I'm going to be looking for this one to come back down closer towards 160. And if it comes down near that level, I'll be trying to maybe get a little scoop level in Genius. I actually wrote it up on this big kind of push up here in kind of this March time. And I made a great gain on this one. It was an actual 60 to 70% gain on Genius. So I'll keep an eye on this one. You guys already know. All right, next up, I'll go into one or two more here, USO is definitely one to keep on watch for kind of oil plays. Array is not my favorite in the solar one, Joel. I'll definitely mention that. I like a couple under Sun W. I'm actually in Max N for solar play, guys. I'm in this one, and I'm actually a little bit in the red. And I'll be honest here, guys. I'm at 16. I have a 16 entry, but I'm looking for this one to get back above 17 early in the week tomorrow, and working its way later in the week. So that's for kind of solar plays. Let's go into one more here. One more, PLTR being mentioned by multiple people. So I'll bring that one in here. PLTR. That one's an interesting one, man. What can I say about this one? The only thing that I could tell you guys is that a lot of times you got to stick with the stories, right? And this one was a super hot story for so long, but it didn't really have catalyst. And now it does, guys. It's gotten multiple contracts to make the upside approach look and actually start getting attractive here. Big thing for me, guys, is look at the volume. Look at the volume, and that's what you need to follow. So we need another volume spike, right? And so we've gotten this kind of downtrend action. Now, one of the things we've gotten is the volume to go up to this 117 million multiple times. Can we get a day where we trade like we did on this big bounce? That was a day that it got that U.S. Air Force kind of contract. And we're going to look for a push through 24. 24 is going to be the big important price point. As you can see, it went above that level and then quickly went right back down, a big wick at that level. Let's see if it can get back above 24 and hold 24. That's how this one will start looking bullish. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me, guys. Going to definitely pay attention and see what's going on with this one. I'm going to be paying attention at some other plays. Jay Tower knows the one that I was on my radar, UWMC. I called this one out 2 weeks ago. I didn't expect the dip right before that we got when we cracked here at the 750. But, man, what a recovery there. Back up there towards those nines. You can keep a watch on that one going into next week. With that being said, you can also keep a watch on kind of these Chinese EV plays and EV plays in general. FSR is another one that's been working its way back, and you can definitely keep your eyes on that. Appreciate you guys enjoying and spending the day with me. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys liked about this event, what you guys didn't, what you guys want to see more of on Money Mitch. I always want to do the show for you guys out there and for you guys to get enjoyment and value out of it, whether it's me going through some stocks like I just did, or whether it's me bringing on traders that have some great trading idea. Definitely smash the like. Let everybody know this was a great show today. Hit the share button for me. Let everybody know, hey, if you didn't catch it live, check it out. Great Memorial Day. And I want to give a shout out there. Definitely take it easy, guys. You guys enjoy it. Have a great day. Enjoy the Memorial Day. At the end, we smashed the likes today for our fallen heroes. We want to celebrate Memorial Day. And at the end of the day, hey, we're going to keep battling here, but at the end of the day, we have the opportunity. There's a bull market out there, and there's always an opportunity, and we get this opportunity thanks to the sacrifices of the greats that were before us and put in that time. So definitely we want to remember and honor everybody out there for Memorial Day. So smash the like, hit the subscribe bell below. We're going to keep growing here like we always do on Money Mitch, but definitely, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned, guys. We got early shows tomorrow. Our shows start as early as 4 and 5 p.m. a.m. You got the early morning show. Then you're going to be going into pre-market prep at 8 a.m. So definitely stick around. I'll be there tomorrow. Spencer, Joel, Dennis, Dick, and so many others. So hit the like. We'll see you guys next time and enjoy your Memorial Day. It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.